Hello, hello, and welcome back for another round of mentoring and introductory training as Perfidious Pete plays XCOM: The Long War. And given the caliber of the team I deployed last mission, mentoring and introductory training are indeed the orders of the day, since that squad was less qualified to handle a UFO full of aliens than Mel Gibson is to teach a course on racial and ethnic sensitivity. Now, I had hoped that the recent additions we have made to Project Lazarus's roster would help ward off another crippling fatigue spiral like we suffered earlier, but the aliens have been hurling out missions lately like old Uncle Mel tosses racial epithets at the cops jamming him into the back of a police cruiser, and as you can see, the result of that is that our active duty candidates here are starting to look more tattered and thin than Donald Trump's hair. Or toupee, or wig, or whatever the hell that monstrosity is that he keeps perched atop his big giant dome. I'm not exactly sure what the hell it is. It could be a dead cat. Anyway, we got very few troopers here, and really what we need to do is get a little bit of a break from Team Alien. So let's head up to Mission Control, get some scanning in, and see if the aliens won't give us an opportunity to consult a stylist and see what can be done about the ginger train wreck that is our active list.
Contact detected.
Apparently, oh, fuck me. Absolutely nothing, I guess, is the answer to that question, and we're screwed. So we get a very large UFO. I'm gonna guess that this is probably a hangar raid, or it's either a hangar raid, a base. It wouldn't be a base assault, because again, it would be over Africa. So this is either an assault on our hangar or a... We just did a terror mission. It can't possibly be a terror mission. I mean, we literally just did one. I only have one interceptor, and I don't really think it's worthwhile to send him. I mean, one Scorpion Obi here, despite being a belt made of living arachnids, is not going to be able to stop this. So, yeah, there's nothing we can do. Oh, that's real shitty. So that's 2 terror missions in less than 24 hours. I mean, we just did a terror mission. Like, we just did one. Are we in the middle of another deluge cycle? We've almost got to be in the middle of... Oh, deluge missions are so bad. Mod makers, please, deluge missions, they're real bad. You gotta take them out. They're not good. Alright then, well, we can't not do this, or we'll simply lose San Antonio, or rather the United States, from the project, which means we'd have to do another base assault, and we're probably gonna have to do another base assault in Mexico anyway, because this is gonna raise panic continent-wide, and the base that we just reclaimed in Mexico, we're gonna immediately lose again, thanks to back-to-back fucking... I'm real salty. So I'm starting this mission off already, and I am supremely salty, and specifically, mod builders, this needs to be something that is addressed pretty quickly, because having a base assault leave the country with that much panic that a single... My saltiness. If you reclaim a base and the country has so much panic that a single, not supremely well done, but still not poorly handled, terror mission just causes them to go back into the red and withdraw from the project, you need to fix it so that they can't launch one on that same continent, because it wasn't even a terror mission in Mexico, it's just a terror mission in the same continent. And these back-to-back terror missions, this is going to push Mexico back out of the project, even though I just did a raid on the base to reclaim it. The way this is designed, there's literally 0 point to ever reclaiming a base, because the aliens can simply just throw, I guess, a deluge mission at it and just automatically reclaim it. That's real shitty. That's terrible design. You've completely negated any gains we potentially made by assaulting the enemy base. That's terribly built. Anyway, can we even do this mission? I'm kind of thinking no. Do we even have 8 team members? Assuming we're willing to send Napoleon, that is, even. Yes, but 3 of them are assaults. Some of them are basically rookies. Ugh. Okay. I guess we'll do what we can do, so... Let's get the D, then we're gonna be needing Franklin the D. Roosevelt to do some damn fine work for us on this mission, because, well, there's a lot of work to be done. So I guess we'll go with, Gauss long rifle then, and it's worthwhile to note that the D does not have lock and load yet, so we're going to be giving him high capacity mags, and the D is still only going to have 2 shots. We have to send Napoleon. I mean, we almost we almost can't not. If we don't, well, let's see what we can do without Napoleon. We're definitely gonna send Thomas Avarice Edison. At this point, we kind of have to send an officer of some variety just for the Stay Frosty ability. So let's get him in the Git. Gauss rifle, battle scanners, ceramic plating. I'm not sanguine about our chances here. This one's gonna be real ugly. Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt, she's gotta go. The Wolverine is gonna be doing probably most of our heavy lifting on this one. We really have nobody else. So it's Carapace armor and alloy cannon. Let's go shredder ammo and breaching ammo for the Wolverine. Wolverine, pretty good foot speed, pretty good health total, even with just the Carapace armor. That gives her some pretty solid punch. We're gonna have to have the old master back her up. I mean, we got to do it. It's got to be. We've got to have some sort of punch on this team. We got to have a little bit of offense, and this is like the best we can do right here. Our other alloy is not done yet, so it's going to be a scatter laser, a motion tracker, and ceramic plating then for the old master. We got to have a gunner, and Mary Bloody Stewart is not good, but she's the best available. So we're going to be taking Mary Bloody Stewart. Gauss machine gun for Bloody Mary. Scope and a laser sight, of course, will complete her kit. Man, this team is... they're weak. They're very weak. We have to go with double gunners. So let's get old Kate Hepburn here. Kate is... oh, she's so slow. And like I do every single time I take do we have another one? I mean, do we have literally any other gunner besides Katherine Hepburn? I would almost rather take Amelia Earhart, despite the fact that she is not even a Lance Corporal and doesn't have hollow targeting. She has a better aim, she has a better foot speed, she has more health, and she has a higher... yeah, we're just... you know what? We're just going to take Amelia Earhart. I'm actively going to choose a specialist in this case, even though they are definitely worse. I'm still going to take them. Where is my Gauss auto rifle? There we go. Scope and a laser sight then for Specialist Amelia Earhart, who has been on an amazing 2 missions. This is a pretty tough gig to get on your 3rd day. Alright, Isaac Apple Newton's going to be going along then. Isaac Newton's been pretty solid for us. Gauss carbine and some alien grenades for Sir Isaac. That leaves us with 1 slot. We do not have a medic. So whoever we take on this mission, they're going to have to be toting a med kit. It's either Jack Kirby or Erwin Rommel. That's basically 6 of 1. You know what? Let's take Rommel then. He's been okay. Rommel has been alright. He does have lightning reflexes and hollow targeting. So let's go with Rommel here. We could give him a Gauss rifle, a battle scanner. You know, I'd rather have the battle scanner, and somebody has to have a med kit. So Erwin Rommel's going to be our ghetto medic on this one. Man, this is a real bad team. Furthermore, if we get another mission in like the next 2 days, we're going to have literally no one to send. I mean, it's going to be all rookies. And that's if we even have enough rookies to send on the mission, which we might not have. Oh, this is very bad.
Dropship has arrived.
Alright, let's do this. You know what I should have done? I should have killed out... I should have ran the clock out on this. I should have let the clock churn out as long as I could possibly have churned the clock. Should have let it go to the last minute, son of a bitch. Yep, I would have been better off to do that.
Get ready to deploy. Our AO
so Operation Morbid Whisper is probably going to live up to its name, and that this mission is going to look a lot like the last dying, gurgling gasp of putrescent gas flooding out of the mouth of a bloated corpse. That may have been a little graphic, but I have a feeling this is going to be a real tragedy. Let's hope we get a lucky spawn and we get a lot of civilians up close or something, so that we can capture like 5, find a defensible position, and then just try and bunker down. That's probably not going to happen, though, given the map that we're on. We're completely fucked. So this map is absolutely, objectively terrible. We started in a bad spot. Oh, this is a complete and total shit sandwich. Do we have a single motion tracker, or did I forget to? We do have one. So the old master has a motion tracker. All right. So we've got aliens over here behind this truck, I'm gonna guess. So we got civilian, we got aliens behind the truck. Theoretically, we could get our first save. You know what? Let's not get too aggressive here. Here is a civilian. Here is a civilian. The aliens actually have to be like on top of or inside the truck. They actually might be inside that truck. Alright, I need to know what's up there. So, if we have Franklin D. Roosevelt grappling up to the top of this truck, will this pop the pod? Absolutely, and it's a site. No, actually, it did not activate the pod. Very interesting. Alright, Franklin D. Roosevelt cannot... I don't suppose... Mary Bloody Stewart, you should not activate them. Fuck me. So for some reason, the grappling hook movement did not activate the pod, but Mary Stewart's movement did. I am legitimately confused by this development. Alright, so we gotta grapple. We can't grapple our way down. Well, that's gonna suck. Alright, we need Erwin Rommel. We need you. We need the Desert Fox on this one. Foxman. You gotta go pull this Overwatch for me. You did not pull the Overwatch, Erwin Rommel. What? Okay, so I'm getting real salty already. Real salty. Well, if Erwin Rommel didn't pull Overwatch, but Franklin D. Roosevelt somehow pulls the Overwatch. Sure, that's perfectly sensible. Yeah, it makes total sense. Absolute perfect sense, yeah. I have no objections to that happening. Yeah, no problems at all with that fucking outcome. Mary Stewart's just gonna hunker down. Is there any way we can get any kind of shots on these guys at all? We could if we had Eleanor Roosevelt run and gun. You know what? I'm okay with that, actually. Let's have Eleanor Roosevelt run and gun. She could shoot around the corner of this vehicle. She's gonna have shots. She actually, not even terrible shots. Okay, so actually quite good damage we got out of Eleanor the D. Roosevelt there. Alright, Amelia Earhart is not going to be able to do anything. Thomas Edison, likewise, is probably not going to be able to do much. But Edison does have... You know what, Thomas Edison, we may need you to command.
Aye, aye,
If we could get another good shot out of Eleanor Roosevelt with the command ability, we might be able to kill that cyber disc. Alright, so give me Eleanor. Okay, I need Eleanor. Eleanor? Okay, bad chance to crit, good chance to hit. Son of a bitch, but we did get the hit and run shot. So we got another chance here. Eleanor? Oh, Eleanor Roosevelt! God damn, they call her the Wolverine, folks, and there's a fucking reason they call her the Wolverine. That is some tenacious killing right there from our little mustelid ally. Fantastic work. She goes on to Overwatch. Now, since we did get the drone, I'm actually going to activate run and gun here with Da Vinci because I want to get a civilian rescue here. So we're going to go for the rescue here. We pick up one civilian as well as a shot at this drone. Now, it's not a fantastically amazing shot or anything. It's pretty good, though. 86%. So it's going to be one of those missions. Is it there, XCOM, where everything is a high percentage miss, huh? That's fine. Fuck, at this point, I'm kind of used to it, XCOM, honestly. I'm actually fairly used to it. Curious if we could get a grenade, something good out of a grenade here with Isaac Apple Newton, but I don't really think that's going to happen. We're just going to bring old Apples over here, put him in Overwatch. Erwin Rommel is in a bad position, so we're just going to remove Erwin. And that just leaves old Amelia Earhart here, who really isn't in a location to offer much of anything. I suppose we'll bring her up behind this vehicle and put her on Overwatch as well. So we got a pod of Seekers coming at us. This is not the end of the world. We're going to lose a lot of civilians to these Seekers, I have a feeling. Alright, so we are going to get a free shot here. Which missed. I don't expect any of our troopers to hit anything at all for the entire duration of this mission. It's just not going to happen. Another civilian going down? Yeah. So these active pods are really going to be wiping out civilians at a pretty furious pace. We're going to have to try and get these guys dead. On the plus side, they are very vulnerable to grenades in their current position, so we have some opportunities. We also have a pod of sectoids and what sounds like a cyber disc. Again, another one elsewhere on the map. And some berserkers, okay. I'm still salty about that miss from Da Vinci, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Alright, so Mary Stewart, let's have you open things up. 60% is the best you can do. Oh, never mind then. Where's Sir Isaac Apple Newton? Alright, Isaac Newton. And you get a grenade on these guys. Sort of. That would actually be a pretty terrible result for us, so let's not do that. Irwin? Yeah, bad shots. I really just want a hollow target on this guy, which is all I'm going to get out of you. But again, Irwin Rommel, he's basically an FNG. I mean, it's his first day on the job, and here I am asking for the world from the guy. I do feel a little bit bad about it. 11 damage is pretty solid output there. Alright, so we could bring Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt around and do some... She should be able to do some okay killing. Likewise, we could probably get some pretty good output here from Thomas Avarice Edison as well. He would be able to go in the zone, potentially, and also offer up some solid contributions. The D, what do you got? You got 3 targets. None of them are particularly fantastic shots. You have a 72% on this guy. If we go with the enhanced critical shot, it's got a reasonable chance to take him out. Alright, we're gonna take it. Give him the D, Franklin. Alright, so Roosevelt gives him the D. That's pretty much exactly kind of what we needed. Da Vinci, 86%. I'm gonna take it. Don't let me down, Da Vinci. Thanks for letting me down, pal. I appreciate it. So if we bring the Wolverine over here, she is gonna be flanked. But on the plus side, we can see more of the enemy. This is an absolute kill. This is going to activate hit and run. No hit and run. So now we're in a bit of a pickle. Isaac Newton, you do not have good shots. We got 3 guys to kill, and we have exactly 3 units with which to generate all of those kills. That seems suboptimal.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Let's see what Amelia Earhart can do here. 63, 61. 63 is the best she's got, but Amelia Earhart is going to get things taken care of. Fantastic. All right, so Earhart proven herself to be fairly trustworthy early on. Let's see if Thomas Edison can come up here and maybe do some decent work for us. We're just going to leave Thomas Edison out in the open. Yeah, this is probably just hollow targeting. Yeah, we're in trouble then. So we've got just Isaac Newton here. Isaac has 1 fairly poor shot. But this drone is close to the ground. So what if we were to... No, don't go on Overwatch. What if we throw a grenade here? We're gonna need to get a little closer. We don't need a lot of damage on that guy. So what if we're gonna have to live dangerously on this one. There's really nothing we can do but go for the high risk. This is high risk, high reward, admittedly, but it's got to be done. We got to land this so it's also hitting the Seeker. It's a little close to our troops. I'm kind of uncomfortable about that. Is there somewhere else we could throw this that it's going to catch them both? Not really. There's also no guarantee that it kills that drone. Alright, well, we only need 1 damage on the robot, and with heat warheads, we should be able to get that fairly respectably. My only concern is that it's going to blow this truck up. We're 1 damage short of the promised land. Somebody's gonna have to get shot by a drone. It's probably gonna be a civilian. You know what? I'll take it. A civilian is better than having one of our troopers wounded. If we have to cough up another civilian life in order to make that happen, it is what it is. Okay, so there's absolutely another cyber disc somewhere on the map. And we do not have... Oh, I forgot that guy was there. A strangle is not really the end of the world here. We're gonna lose so many civilians on this one, it's not even gonna be funny. Alright, so let's just have the old master come shoot us free. I do not want to go forward on this, especially into unexplored territory. That's simply a thing that will not be happening. So Da Vinci shot him free, activated his hit and run. Honestly, with his second shot from the hit and run, I'm just gonna go ahead and reload. Mary Stewart has no other target, so we're just gonna go ahead and have her finish this guy off. There we go.
Hostile pacified.
11 damage. The Wolverine, kill this, activate hit and run.
Hostile neutralized.
Yeah, okay, there we go. And we're gonna reload that then. Alright, there is no cover to speak of up here whatsoever, and I do not want to go forward until I've had a chance to see what the hell is further downfield. So we are not going downrange until we've had a chance to look around. How far can you throw a battle scanner? Not far enough, because technically you count as being suppressed after having been strangled. I'd have thought, Thomas Everest Edison, with your sort of draconian business practices, that you'd be used to having a boot on your neck or putting your boot on someone else's neck, but I mean, the whole neck boot thing should not really be new to you, Franklin Roosevelt. I mean, this should kind of be old hat. All right, so we could probably get to here safely, and it's battle scanner time. So let's get one down. Get one down range here out in the open, see what we can see. Maybe give Franklin D. Roosevelt a shot, or probably more likely, Franklin D. Roosevelt a chance to reload. That is that a pod of nightmares? Because it looks like a pod of that is a pod of nightmares. 2 outsiders, a sectoid, floaters, and mutons all in one big giant blob. That is terrifying, frankly. Alright, so, no, don't reload. Throw the hook. So we're gonna have the D throw the hook to the top of the truck again. Actually, there's a position of cover up there. I'd prefer he reload, actually. Now the question becomes, do we even want to consider spawning that pod? I think the answer is probably no. Alright, well, one of them's coming forward, so it's gonna make our job somewhat easier. They're all coming forward. Alright, we're gonna get all of them. I heard a cyber disc earlier, but I do not currently see a cyber disc. And so Mary Stewart does not have any actual shots because all of those things are still too far away. I don't really relish the idea of popping these guys, to be perfectly honest. If we go forward, we're definitely going to activate them. I definitely don't want to do that. So what if we do this?
I'm on it, Commander.
Bring Thomas Edison over here. Put him on Overwatch. In case they wander into us, I want people on Overwatch. Isaac Newton, you cannot stay where you're at. The problem is this map doesn't have anywhere for you to go and then also still friggin' be in cover because this map is fucking terrible. So, you know what? Let's just move Isaac Newton here. We can have him probably wheel forward and get a grenade. Franklin D. Roosevelt, we're gonna get you in this half cover, and we're gonna have you steady your weapon. Rommel. You know, this should be reasonably safe. We can probably get a little closer to the enemies, and by random happenstance and chance, actually pick up a civilian rescue. So I'm okay with that. We're going to come down the flank here, probably because we're going to have Erwin Rommel step to that corner and see if he can't maybe get us vision on the enemy, or if not vision, he can deploy a battle scanner, because I would love to lead things off with Franklin D. Roosevelt. Mary Bloody Stewart, I want you
I'm rolling.
right there. I want you to reload. Eleanor, you're fine right where you're at. Amelia Earhart is... she's sort of our floater candidate. Now, here's the thing. Theoretically, these 2 units are going to need to move forward to be of use. So we're going to have Amelia come over here. We're going to drop her into Overwatch. Next turn, she can bounce to the corner of this truck and drop fire on anything that comes our way. So here comes... nothing? The judge? Here comes the judge? No. No judges? And so outsiders and sectoids have moved very slightly. Mutons are coming forward. Alright, so this pod is going to pop itself with a desperation Overwatch shot from Thomas Everest Edison. Got more Overwatch. Amelia Earhart standing out in the open. Also going to miss some Overwatch. The shooting has been top-notch so far, guys. I mean, I'd complain more, honestly, about your poor performance, but given the situation and the fact that most of you are desperate rookies and have no idea what the hell you're actually doing, I honestly feel that it would be unfair to complain. Alright, so let's see how we want to start things off. Mary Bloody Stewart only has 1 target. We're not going to have her shoot because we may have her suppress instead. Edison has a couple. Eleanor Roosevelt does not have a single target. Now, we could bank forward here, but the problem is if we come this far forward, we're almost certain to activate those guys, and that's simply trouble we can't afford to borrow. That's more enemies than we're going to be able to handle. So we have Thomas Everest Edison fall back, and we have him come forward and pull this big dangerous bastard. Or he could miss. I mean, alternatively, you could just straight up miss. That's the other thing he could do. So it's going to be all up to Eleanor Roosevelt with her magic shotgun. Fortunately, this guy's going to kill himself without forcing Eleanor Roosevelt to even take her second turn. This is going to be a close combat specialist kill. Yeah, he's done. So that guy's going the way of the dodo. Eleanor Roosevelt shredding his shit. She does have one more shot, but it's terrible. I'm just gonna, you know, we'll revisit that in a moment. Mary Bloody Stewart has a shot. I'm gonna take it. It's her only shot. No surprise on the miss. Let's be honest. No one is shocked by that. But we do have Irwin the D Rommel here. 100% chance to hit, 56% chance to crit. These are pretty good chances. The D drills him deep, because drilling him deep is the D's job. Now, Irwin Rommel cannot stay where he is, because potentially there is a Muton back there that could flank him. So we need to get Irwin some manner of cover. We're going to bring him back around here, and we're going to have him deploy another battle scanner. I've saved 2 civilians. There's only 11 left potential to save, but only 5 of those are dead. The aliens are not making fantastic progress in the killing people department, so... You know, actually, coming here might not be a terrible idea either. That's almost guaranteed to pop a pod, though. We'd be safer off to go into that building. Let's have Eleanor Roosevelt reload. Amelia Earhart cannot remain where she is, so we're gonna have Amelia fall back to here. She drops into Overwatch.
Got it covered.
Isaac Newton,
I'm on it.
you're gonna be able to contribute minimal action here. Irwin Rommel probably shouldn't stay here unless we have him hunker down. So let's just have him hunker down. And then the Old Master. I think we put him on Overwatch. This is bad for the civilian count. Definitively, this is not good for the civilians, but I'm trusting the aliens to come forward. I've expected that to happen. I'm okay with it as well. So we have 2 outsiders who are a problem, and a sectoid commander who just signed his own death warrant. Let's see what the Mutons are going to do. This floater's going to take a little Overwatch. Amelia Earhart, your shooting has been very poor, my dear. Very poor. I'm not sure you've hit anything yet. So 1 more civilian goes down. Civilians on the run. You know, losing 1 civilian there is, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so Irwin Rommel can see 3 targets. He's got Sectoid Commander, he's got Floater, and he's got Muton. Alright. So let's see what our stationary units can make happen with this. 43%. You know, Bloody Mary, eventually you're going to have to hit something. I mean, I say that eventually you're going to have to hit something when I know for a fact that there's no guarantees here, and eventually you don't have to do shit. I mean, not even pay taxes, because more than likely you're just going to die. 77 is going to be our best shot here, so Franklin D. Roosevelt gets it done. I mean, he got the hit. He gave him not necessarily a full dose of the D, but he did give him a little bit of the D. 51% on the Floater, 36 on the Muton. Now, we got to be mindful of those 2 outsiders. Those guys are going to have fantastic shots at whatever the hell they decide to shoot at. Thomas Edison, what can you do here? A 60 and a 44. I have sort of a plan to deal with this guy. Like 30%, say I have 30% of a plan. I would say 30%, between 30 and like 35% of a plan, roughly. Maybe 30% is overselling slightly. Maybe not quite 30% of a plan. But that plan does involve Eleanor Roosevelt and a run and gun. We could run and gun Eleanor to here. That should give her quite a good shot at this guy.
Going in for the kill.
Gonna do it.
Stepping off.
None of the enemies should be on Overwatch. Okay, good. We stayed out of the outsider's visual range, which is what I was hoping for. 45... That's pretty good, but a 25% chance to miss is actually still too high. So we take the first shot with Irwin Rommel. We knew it was going to miss. I just wanted a holo targeting. That's got the holo targeting applied for us. We take this shot then with Eleanor. This should hit. There we go. All right. So we got that guy taken care of. Now, Thomas Avarice Edison gives us a shot here at this floater. Straight up killed it. Wow. Okay. Impressive. He's in the zone. We're going to have to use that in the zone action to reload. All right, Apples. We're going to get you up here. We got to get you closer to the fight. We need those grenades in the shit and working for us. And that leaves Da Vinci. And Amelia Earhart, who... Amelia can't really do much of anything. There's no place for her to take cover. She can't really get any closer. Pretty sure we're just going to have to drop her into Overwatch. How close are the outsiders to the Muton is the question. How close? The answer is they're right up his butthole. If we can see the Muton, we're going to be able to see the outsiders. So we're going to have to run and gun here. And I'm going to actually run and gun for an Overwatch shot. I don't like doing this. Every time I do it, it makes me feel a little bit like a shitheel, but it's got to be done. We Overwatch there, and we put the ball in the aliens' court. What do you got, aliens? The outsiders are going to come forward. There is still a cyber disc somewhere. Double move. Very interesting. Amelia Earhart throwing some desperation fire downrange. That's kind of poorly done. Alright, what are you going to do? He's taking a nope, double move as well. Very intriguing from Team Alien. I did not... Oh, there's a civilian guy. Okay. All things considered, not the worst possible outcome. They overkilled the shit out of a civilian. At best now, we've got 10 that we could potentially save. But, we only have 10 we can potentially save, but we're not in a terrible position here. Surprisingly, we're doing okay with this. We can have Erwin Rommel come out here. He's going to destroy some cover and do some pretty solid damage with this grenade. Should we concentrate on one enemy? I think we'd be better off to concentrate on one specific enemy. This is going to destroy the most cover, though. No, I'd rather just drop it right on this. Oh, that's probably going to kill that civilian. I don't want to set that police car off. Let's drop it right on this guy. Let's put it right in the outsider's pocket. All right, Sir Isaac. Use the inverse square laws and the laws of attraction to make sure that that pineapple there finds its target. Franklin D. Roosevelt is out of ammunition. We knew that was going to happen. All right, so Rommel should have a pretty good shot. Wow, that's a surprisingly bad shot, actually. I was expecting that to be vastly better. Eleanor Roosevelt can do some real good stuff for us. Oh, Bloody Mary. Alright, so we got to get something out of Rommel, then, is what's going to happen here. Eleanor Roosevelt can come to here, kill this guy with a flank shot, and then shoot this guy in the back. You know what? What if this guy has close encounters, though? That's the thing. What if he has close encounters? Do we know? We do know. He has adaptive bone marrow and muscle fiber density. Okay, so he does not have close encounters. That's very good for us. We can kill that guy, then.
Moving.
And probably seriously wound or kill his friend as well. So this guy's gonna be dead. Gonna get fucking wrecked by an alloy cannon, shit biscuit. And then Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt's gonna also wreck this guy. Riggedy wrecked! Alright, so Eleanor Roosevelt is just handing out fucking massive beatdowns. We're gonna bring Thomas Avarice Edison over here to holo target this guy for us. How can he not see that guy? Oh, because it's a Muton. I already killed him. You can't see him because he's already dead. That's how. Alright, Rommel, just holo target. Good enough. Wasn't expecting the hit. Didn't really need the hit, honestly. The old master should be able to take this piece of shit out. Yeah, 100%. You're done. Alright. Okay. So far, I don't want to say so far so good, but so far, not shameful. We don't have the best team in the world, but we are getting pretty solid contributions from what little assets we have. I mean, we're not Walmart here. We don't have overwhelming assets. We're more like a Kmart. We're small, but we make good use of what tools we have, which is kind of probably why Kmart went bankrupt, but I digress. That's an issue for another time. I would love to throw a battle scanner here with Thomas Edison, but I think we'll be better off to do that next turn. Let's get Edison up there and see how many more civilians we're going to lose. I'm guessing a lot. 3? That was 2 or 3. Still, we could be on pace to save 9, and that would be okay. Alright, Edison, head up here. You're either going to body pop this cyber disc, or we're going to throw a battle scanner at it. We did not get the body pop, so it's got to be a battle scanner then, and this thing's got to be like, it's got to be back in this area somewhere. You landed on top of this car? You cannot. What about on top of this building? Yeah, put it on top of the shack. No, land it on top of the shack. On top. You know what? Fine, just throw it there.
Eyes open.
Thomas Edison, master of geometry. Stalwart inventor, unable to do basic bounce it on top of the building mathematics. Alright, we gotta activate this pod. We can activate the pod, and we got a full clip of ammo here. We're gonna take the cyberdisk shot. I want this unit of guys coming forward rather than killing civilians. Alright, so we actually got really good damage out of that. We could kill that guy on, theoretically, our next opportunity to fire. So the Wolverine could move forward. It would be supremely risky without a run and gun, however, but Mary Stewart does have some shots. If you're going to hit something this time, Mary Stewart, I mean, now would sort of be the time to do that. Alright, good, thank you. I don't really want to go forward with the Wolverine. Isaac Apple Newton, he could probably get close enough to the front to maybe take a shot at one of those drones.
On the move.
Potentially also save a civilian here.
Get out of here.
He did, and he does have a shot. It's not even a terrible shot. Anybody else see that drone? Or maybe get a shot at that drone? It doesn't look like it. Let's get Amelia Earhart further forward. We're gonna have Earhart reload. We could have Isaac Newton suppress that thing. I'm just gonna go for the coin flip. Alright, so Isaac Newton has disappointed us, but honestly, is it disappointment when you expected it? I mean, if you're expecting to be disappointed, can you truly say that you're disappointed? I'm not sure the word actually applies when you're expecting failure, and failure is what you get. Civilian, I would love to come and rescue you. The problem is you're actually in the spot I would need to stand in order to rescue you. Let's come up here with the old master. We're gonna put him in Overwatch. Eleanor Roosevelt needs to reload. We've got to have Eleanor have all of the ammo. My guess is these drones are gonna collapse and try to repair the cyberdisk, which is fine. If the cyberdisk comes forward, we can have Franklin D. Roosevelt crack it open with a nice one of his deadly precision fire shots, and then we can try and finish it up with maybe some desperation long-range fire from Mary Bloody Stewart. He could give him the D. He could also just sit there, and if it just sits there, we're definitely going to give it the D. So that's a big move. Probably going to take a shot. It is taking a shot at Eleanor Roosevelt, who is the most likely to live. Right, it didn't even connect. So we've got a chance now. Not only a chance, we actually have a pretty reasonable chance here. Alright, so Mary Bloody Stewart does have a shot. Basically it can't... Okay, well, we've taken that. 93% and hollow targeting. Mary Bloody Stewart finally decides to hit something, and when she does, it's a 17-point damage critical. That was excessively lucky. Alright, so Franklin D. Roosevelt, we're going to have you take a guaranteed kill on a long-range target. The D has been solid all mission, man. He hasn't fired a lot of shots, but every single time he stepped out to give somebody the D, they got the fucking D. Franklin D. Roosevelt has given a number of sons of bitches a big fat dose of the D. Alright, can you get a grenade downrange? You cannot. Alright, so Isaac Newton coming up, very disappointing there. Thomas Edison, can you get close enough to hit that drone? I mean, you should have a shot at it. You do, it's just kind of a... Oh, you know, 90% is actually okay. Alright, so the hit and the hollow target, we should be able to get the kill here. Yeah, Isaac Apple Newton with the hollow target. That should be in the mission. Okay. So 9 out of 18 with this team is far better than I would have ever expected. Operation Morbid Whisper, not quite the tragedy I was expecting it to be, but the problem is we're still gonna get fucked on that whole Mexico deal. And let me assure you, that's not the first time in the history of the human species that that sentence has been uttered. We're still gonna get fucked on that whole Mexico deal. Sentences like that dating back to, say, the Mexican-American War. A lot of people have said we're gonna get fucked on that whole Mexico deal.
Our troops are making it look easy out there.
Oh, let's
hope
not...
they don't get too cocky.
Exactly, Bradford, because cockiness is a serious problem. Look at the old master, though. 3-to-1 kill-to-mission ratio. That guy has been on fire. So the old master picking up a very much deserved promotion, and it's resilience. Immunity to criticals is simply too important for any of those other potential abilities. And we got to go with hollow targeting for Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart getting promoted to Lance Corporal. That's a good little pickup for her. That was our only other promotion, huh? No promotion for Rommel? I mean, he got kills. Isaac Apple Newton, no promotion? Alright. So we picked up some stuff. Actually, a surprising amount of Valyrium and alloys, really. United States has increased. Panic has increased across North America. I want to go take a look at the Situation Room, because, yeah. See, this is complete bullshit. The base assault that we did has done us absolutely no good. Absolutely no good. None whatsoever. Mexico is just going to withdraw from the project again at the end of... That's such bullshit. That's such bullshit. The only possible way then to maintain that would be to not do a base assault until like 1 day before the end of the month. We're going to lose both the United States and Mexico on this one. And we... I'm telling you, I'm not happy with build 15. We've done the tactical missions, and not only have we done them, we've done a pretty reasonable job on both of them. If the aliens are allowed to launch that many fucking missions in a month, that no matter how many you stop and how well you do, they can still drive the panic into withdraw from the project levels so that we have to launch another base raid. Again, an intrinsic design problem from the mod builders. They should not be able to concentrate that or generate that many Terra missions in a month, because it's not like they've been harvesting fucking unmolested either. We've stopped quite a bit of their harvesting raids, and they have very low resources at the moment, which we know because we can tell by how many meld are in each canister that they're not exactly fat with resources. I'm real salty about that. Real salty. And also the fact that we have absolutely no time between missions is not going to help us out either, because we have 4 troopers, one of whom is Napoleon. We have 4 classed up troopers. We don't even have enough troopers to do an actual mission. We have 8 guys. We have 9 total troopers. We have 9 total troopers, and 4 of them are rookies. Well, if we're in a deluge cycle, we're gonna get like 35 more missions in the next, I don't know, half a day. So we definitely need to hire more soldiers. They're not gonna be here in time, of course, because shit, why would anything be easy or simple, or things like soldiers be available? That's just fucking madness. So we'll hire 8 more. And I'm gonna wrap things up. Salty as shit. That base raid we did, and Joan of Arc suffering some unfortunate wounds and some unfortunate equipment damage as well. It's all gonna prove to be pointless. We'll have reclaimed Mexico for like a week, and then the aliens were able to get it back despite the fact that they never actually fucking attacked Mexico. And by the way, launching two Terra missions at the same target within 2 days of each other, that should not be possible, mod makers. You should not allow the aliens to do that. You really shouldn't. That's bad design. Bad. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like me to listen to me complain about build 15 even more, you might consider subscribing as well. I post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.